The first wave of releases for the Volksarmee supplement for Battlefront's Team Yankee are here. As with the rest of the Team Yankee range, these figures are resin and metal and provide tanks, infantry and support options for your East German forces. First off, let's take a look at those new tanks. The new T55 AM2 Panzer Company allows you to field the T55 AM2 with its 100mm D10T gun, able to take on most NATO tanks, but perhaps not guaranteed to take them out. There are enough resin and metal parts in the box to make 5 tanks. A resin tank commander sprue is included in the pack, as are 2 decal sheets and relevant unit cards. Although these tanks were the upgraded version of a design that was superseded by the T-72, they still pack enough firepower to engage the enemy, especially the lighter vehicles. They employ infrared sights and a laser rangefinder, and have reasonable armour, and if fielded in enough numbers should be able to overwhelm more advanced NATO armour. We have a whole family of vehicles now, all based upon the same basic design but adapted for different functions. The BRD-M2 Recon Platoon is classified as a tank, but is more of a wheeled armoured car, sporting a 14.5mm heavy machine gun in a turret. With 4 vehicles in the platoon box, this is a true recon-only combat element, designed to find the enemy, engage, then run before the opposition bring up heavier weaponry. Again, unit cars and decals come as standard. To provide your force with some additional anti-tank support, the new AT platoon set is the name given to a wheeled variant of the same chassis as the BRD-M2. Essentially, this armoured vehicle is the mount for the AT-5 Spandrel anti-tank guided missile system. The vehicle has limited armour protection but high speed. There are 3 vehicles in the box set which would work as a support for the infantry and tanks alike. The final variant of this basic chassis is the SA-9 Gaskin SAM platoon, again just a mobile weapon mount, this time for the SA-9 surface-to-air missile system. This is a guided anti-air system providing much needed protection to the Volksarmee forces as they advance. There are 4 vehicles in the set, plus the usual related cards. After all that armoured goodness, it's time to talk infantry. There's 1 box set and 2 blisters of MOT Schutzen or motorised infantry. The MOT Schutzen company contains 73 figures and is intended to move on foot or be mounted in the BTR-60 8-wheeled APC. The figures break down into 10 bases worth of assault rifle teams with RPG-18s, 9 RPG-7 anti-tank teams, 2 PKM light machine gun teams and 1 command team. As always, the required bases are supplied, as are the unit cars to field a company or even a battalion in your games. Of course, if you're going to field a battalion level force, you're going to need more figures. So the 2 blisters comprising the MOT Schutzen platoon and heavy weapons are essential purchases. Adding the type of anti-armour and anti-air protection to increase the chance of survival for any infantry operating on a 1980s battlefield. This first miniature release for the new Volksarmee helps to create a varied East German force ready to support the Soviet advances into the West. They also represent the first foray into a new range of Warsaw-packed armies that can be fielded as an alternative to the strictly Russian-only offerings. More in this figure range is scheduled for release this year, so we'll be back to talk more about them and other Team Yankee releases as they happen.